if there is no crops, like, or they're just starting to grow, then you grab a shulker. That's kind of like how I want the system to be. And over here we have water bottles. Pretty much I have shulkers that are filled with empty water bottle ones. Except for these ones are actually kind of filled. And then over here we have milk bucket. Apparently I called this a milk bottle at first. I'm really don't understand how that happened, but anyway. So I filled this up with empty shulkers and grab milk buckets. And here's my empty bottles one. This also has, I think, the empty bottles from the honey uh, barrel that was in the sort of crawl space area. It has, I think, I think the full line pretty much, so like 9 slots pretty much of the empty bottles that were in there. And here's where I have all my blaze rods up top and then blaze powder on the bottom. Now, technically, it should be reversed. However, blaze rods are easier to store than blaze powders, so there's that too. I think I have something in here. Ah, yes, the awkward potions. I couldn't find a spot for them. And I'm going to use spectator for just a short time. In here, we have all of the poisons and potions and such. Apparently, these are the only potions for the most part. Like, that you can kind of create, which is kind of interesting because I thought that there was more potions. But I guess they're just different versions and just different strength levels, which is just weird. Because I kind of thought that there was going to be more, that like there was more. That's why I created an extra line for these versions, and then it's like, nope. It's like, huh, weird. So I might just move these ones over to here and put like the Turtle Master, or what are they called? It's not Turtle Master. It's called Turtle something, I think. It's under food and drinks. Oh no, it is Turtle Master. Okay. Oh, I also don't have Potion of Leaping in here. That's interesting. Okay. But anyway, yeah. So there's this. That end was for renaming stuff. All right. So up here, here's where we're gonna get into more of what is going to be planned into the future. So once we get a teleport sign in here, that's when we're gonna start planning around everything of where I want or what I want here, what I want stuff done. So over here is where I have a lot of the old sort of potions in which that were sort of the building blocks to create the what's it called? What was the oh yeah, the behemoth potion. And that and the other potions that were created by that sort of whole sort of fiasco is going to be implanted into here. Again, I'm not going to do it now because, well, we don't really need them now. So, yeah. Nothing was done in here. So I think we can head downstairs. Actually, we should head upstairs to then head downstairs. Because we showed everything over here, so let's go show everything off over here. So, oh, right, yeah. So something that's very interesting about this is that for some odd reason on a map, Arcanix looks very funky, and I'm trying to figure out why it looks like this. By the way, the left and the right exterior and technically mostly the interior, well, technically the exterior in this case, is identical. The left and the right are identical. So I have no idea why, according to this map, it tells me that the left-hand side is different from the right. But that doesn't make any sense. And if we look into here, is this the one that we're looking at right now? Yeah. So as you can see though, like this map right here is like close to the final level. But this one was one that was is like fully done, and as you can see, it's like a little blip on the map, which is kind of weird. So I don't really know what's going on here, but it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. These signs are just placeholders for now. Just because like at some point I might want to name this like the cafeteria kind of situation. So I tried hanging signs. They don't really work as good because you can't make the hanging sign hang like close to here. So like I can't make it like hang from this very like corner edge here all the way down to this corner edge here. So I have to use normal signs. So I can't use hanging signs. And I don't want to have it hanging like above here because then you can hit your head and I don't really want that. It's kind of difficult for the bridge and technically for other areas for you to hit your head. But hey, for this you can definitely hit your head, so I didn't want to do that. So over here is where we have the kitchen stuff. I moved the... Nope, that's not it. I moved the bread boxes over here. And I moved the cooked cod and salmon from the crawl space area down over to here. And then over here is the little kitchen area. Not the most glamorous, I know, but hey, it's better than just me saying, "Oh yeah, it's the kitchen," and then it's just like it just has a bunch of furnaces on the wall. Yeah. And then over here is the bar area. I haven't changed this in any way, shape, or form, but it will have these 3 barrels. Well, technically 2. One of them apparently is a placeholder. So one of these has all of the music discs that I've ever collected. And this one has them all loose, though you could just grab one and play it immediately. And then this one has blank shulkers of it, probably to help with the mirroring in the Rosaria base kind of thing. So over here has all the ones from 1.12, and I think they are organized based off of the music disc. And there's only 2 of them, like 2 of these. Now, I could just do them now, but I don't really feel like it, so yeah. I had it planned to do that before I started recording, and I guess I forgot. It's been a rough couple days. So I'm not going to go around. I'm just going to go like this. Nothing in here. Nothing changed in here. Yeah, soon I'll have more banners. You could probably already tell by the main area. So over here's the main map room. I finally changed it to empty map and put in a shulker. I was thinking of putting all the other maps, so like the buried treasure map, the ocean monument map or whatever it is, and all that stuff. The woodland mansion map and all the other maps over here on this side. But I decided against that because I didn't really think it would matter too much. Yeah, unfortunately, I wanted the cartography table sort of over here or somewhere in an area that made sense. Unfortunately, these don't switch orientation. So the best spot in which that it would actually kind of fit to put up a map is here. In an area that looks so close to the edge. So yeah, let's just ignore that. Yeah, over here is nothing. This is just from the original map for the most part. Like, this was supposed to be something from the original map, and I just never did anything. Oh, that's right, I did move it, okay. So there's nothing over here. And this is where Lord Cube's shrine is, and then here's where the Lord Cube's book is. With that one mistake that I found that I don't remember if I actually fixed it or not. I'll have to rewatch the video to find out if I did. Anyway. Let's head downstairs to this area, which is just, well, this. This is just the workshop area, but unfortunately, I didn't have time to go and actually, have it fully fleshed out kind of thing. I just wanted to put, the fletching table in case they actually finally do something with this. the loom, the cartography table, a copy of it pretty much. And as you can see, the orientation, I would have loved to have the little globe thing over here, but the cutting table. Stone cutter, sorry. I was trying to remember the name and I couldn't. And then the smithing table. And over here is just a basic furnace thing that you can load it if you want. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Nothing really else there. But that does give me an idea of what I can do with one thing. Anyway, so over here is a little office. As you can see, something has have changed. So over here we have these loadable bookshelves in which you can actually load books. So if I really want to, let's say, load up this Sercacraft rulebook in here, I could. And I would get it back? Yes, I would. So hooray. So you could tell the person... Oh, right, those are other ones. Yeah. So you could tell the person, like, all right, there's a bookshelf right behind you. Just go pick up the rule book and then leave. And this is the pathway to everything else. Okay. And if I remember correctly, this area is just a prison. This area hasn't been changed at all. Yes. Perfect. And there's nothing else, so we don't need to worry about it. Anyway, so this is the data center. I don't think this has anything different yet. I'm going to put banners. I'm going to make it look a lot better. But for right now, it doesn't really have anything. Like, even this area doesn't really have anything. It just has the placeholder for where you could put the maps and stuff. That's it. Over here is where I store all my... I thought I moved this. I guess I didn't. Oh, well. But yeah, but this is where, like, where I stash all my tools and all my arrows and such. So over here we have the... I think the 1.12 stuff, and then over here we have the ones from the, what's it called? The Rosaria base, like, upper area, so like the attic in a way, yeah, if you want to call it that. Over here is just more arrows, and over here is just more arrows. So yeah, a lot of stuff in here. And then this is just like every, I think, netherite gear, which, of course, didn't get translated over because... well, netherite doesn't really exist in 1.12. And here's all the diamond armor I think I have had. And here's all the diamond tools, I believe. And then, of course, each and every other version here is there. I don't think there's anything up here. Oh. I guess these are just surplus. Yeah, I think they're just surplus. And as you can see... yeah. As you can see, this area is now empty. Like, as you can see, like, it's spotless now. There is not a shred of a barrel that's, like, not attached to the wall right now on the floor here, other than this one, but that's beside the point. I was already aware of this. So, yeah, they're all put away. They're not, well, most of them are put away. Some of them are still on the floor kind of thing in the areas in which that they are supposed to. Such as the music discs. Although the music discs are going to be into the bar area, so it makes more sense for it to be there. And these are just for me, vaulted barrels, so I could like control click and get the name, so I don't have to worry about anything. So I wanted to sort of get you to know my mind a little bit. So I originally had these two as barrels. And as I was changing this one from, I think it was birch to mangrove, and changing this one from none, because this would interfere with the doors above, but hey, since they don't work in 1.20, might as well just do that anyway. So I changed this into acacia. Now, while I was doing this, I went back and tried to get a good look at it, and I'm like, the barrels are just not doing it, because they're just too bland. So I decided to put, like, dispensers that I already named Vault over here and just did this. Now, the cool thing is that how this system is going to work is that if you want to, let's say this wall from that barrel line to that barrel line, and this barrel line to that barrel line, will be like a store kind of thing. So like a more of a trade, if you will, an exchange. So let's say today I feel like putting rotten flesh in here. So I'll put rotten flesh because that's what's going to be in this barrel. And then I would put shulkers of rotten flesh, of course. Now for now I'll put them in shulkers, but that doesn't mean like the shulker itself is also being sold or being exchanged. That would cost extra, of course, because shulkers are, mind you, there are farms, but these shulkers were never farmed in that capacity. They're farmed world by world, so there's a very finite view for it. And these are all my banners. These are just so though I could just run around in creative mode and put them down. So instead of we having the Pixelmon only ones, we can actually start having, like, you know, banners from this version and onward. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I originally had the idea for hanging signs instead, but then I didn't like the look of them. And then while I was putting down the hanging signs, I accidentally put one of them sideways instead. And then that sparked